Hello, I am your host Sylvester Twellerbark, here with a strategy video on how Craig and his friends are going to feed Xavier for good this time. Now, Xavier has taken up the identity of the Red Poncho and has trained with his sister Cheyenne and her friend Randy, so getting rid of him the first time was very difficult. This time it's going to be pretty hard. So, with that in mind, getting rid of him won't be a walk in the park. It's going to be difficult. And knowing him, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. And now there are only 11 pieces of the cube left in the creek. And Maya, being angry at Omar, has one, while Xavier has the other one that he stole from Kelsey, JP, Craig, and Omar in the Stargazer Creek. The Stargazer Cave, I mean. And all his tech is going to be pretty hard to beat. And there's the fact of his wish. He could wish for anything with the Heart of the Forest. I can think of a few things he could wish for. He could wish to be king of the creek again. He could wish Craig and his friends were never born. Heck, he can even wish for immortality, to be young and eternal forever so he can rule as king forever. Or anything that's basically cruel and inhumane. And at the final part of Capture the Flag, where Craig is about to go off on an adventure with his friends in the creek, I would have been there to say, "Craigford, not so fast. You're still forgetting Kit's still in summer school because of that little monster, Xavier. And if we don't do anything about it, she's gonna waste her whole summer away, and the little monster and Xavier's gonna get away with it scot-free. But to prove her innocence and get her back to the creek, we need to get that tyrant's full confession on video. How he did it and who helped him. And then I would have said, first things first. We need to get that report card away from Xavier. I mean, at first I was thinking of Craig and his friends stealing Kit's real report card from Xavier and getting him to chase Craig and his friends. But I have a better idea. Craig has all the pieces of the Heart of the Forest. If Craig and his friends lure Xavier into a trap with a bunch of cameras hidden all around, Craig could get a me-in-the-wall moment with him and Xavier, and stage a public confession. Kind of like in Zootopia, Monsters, Inc., Coco, where the hero and the villain are alone, and the villain starts to boast and brag on how he did it and how he's going to win, but really the hero has the villain in an area where he's secretly recording and everyone's watching, like Bellwether in Zootopia and Water News from Monsters, Inc. And all Craig has to do is keep Xavier talking while Omar or JP are recording everything on Craig's and Xavier's conversation, and Craig could try to get Xavier to boast and brag on how he switched Kit's real report card with the fake one, and have it streamed to every parent and guardian in Hurkleton. And my idea is to get Xavier in trouble with every parent and guardian in Hurkleton. And I know in the legend of Capture the Flag, Craig and his friends try to get Xavier in trouble with his parents. Well, that's the thing. They try to get him in trouble with his parents. I mean, Kenneth confirmed that his parents let Xavier do whatever he wants. While Kenneth was growing up, his parents wouldn't let him get away with anything. So, basically, but in the plan, Craig threatened to turn up the sound bar all the way up. waking all the neighbors and Xavier's parents. That shows that Xavier can get in trouble with his parents if they have just cause or reason to punish Xavier. So all Craig has to do is set up a bunch of video cameras and find the right moment to trap Xavier in the right bait, the cubes, and all Craig has to do is get Xavier to boast, brag, scream to high heaven how he did it, who helped him, and before you know it, Craig will have every parent in Guardian and Harkleton angry at Xavier. And boom! Xavier will get shot down by the Peace Squad. As in the parent squad. I mean, shot down by the Peace Squad. Is that what I... And when that happens, Xavier will be in big trouble with not only every parent in Guardian and Harkleton, but his own parents as well. And before you know it, who knows, maybe Craig's mom might give advice to Xavier, Kenneth and Cheyenne's parents, on raising someone like Xavier. And who knows, maybe they might send Xavier to another boarding school, maybe in Minnesota, or maybe a boarding... Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't recommend military school, because Xavier could just come back more violent. But a boarding school in Minnesota is a good place, with a headmaster who is an ex-Navy SEAL admiral who knows a thing or two about discipline and unruly children. Anyways, these are my opinions. Please let me know in the comments below, and please like, and subscribe to my channel. This is your host, Xavier Toilet Box, signing off.